there's Stacy's thing again.
Huh? Oh, my computer? Yeah.
Yep.
If I'm able to mute and unmute myself, I'll mute myself
T's
so
online.
that you all don't hear it.
Hey, Stacy, I see T's online.
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay.
I got his stuff.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Okay, I think we're ready to go.
All right, we good to go?
Paul, can I mute and unmute myself at any time?
You might be able to, since
Oh.
you're actually sort of the host as well. Give it a try.
Gwen's muted.
I don't think she can.
Okay, there we go.
There you go.
Gwen can't. Stacy just did, unless Paul did. All right, ready to go, Paul?
We're good.
All right, guys, let's get going. Like I just said a second ago, I feel like we haven't been together in a long time. A lot of stuff going on in the beach. So tonight is our town council meeting for September 10th, a day before September 11th. So I tell you what I like to do before we get going. If we could just take a couple seconds, a moment of silence, because tomorrow is a big day in our country. And sometimes I think we forget what happened on that day. So if we can just take a moment and just give recognition for those who've sacrificed their lives. All right, so I think we all remember where we were on that day. So opening, all right, welcome to the North Beach Town Council meeting for Thursday, September 10th, 2020. Due to the current public health emergency, it is the sincere desire of the mayor and town council to protect the public health, safety, and welfare to the maximum extent possible. The general public may not enter the town hall. Therefore, this meeting of the town council will proceed virtually as permitted under the Maryland Open Meetings Act. Open Meetings Act. The public is invited and encouraged to attend this meeting remotely. The microphones of the public will be muted. If you'd like to make a public comment, please type your comment in the chat box and your comment will be read during the public comment section. And you will also, I believe, be able to speak depending on the number. At this time, I would like to call on, who's not muted, Greg, to start us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
And to the
and
republic,
the republic for which it stands,
one
one
nation, under God,
under God,
indivisible.
with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Roll call, Stacy.
Mayor Benton,
Here.
Mr. Dotson,
Here,
Ms. Hagan,
Here.
Mr. Hummel,
Here.
Ms. Lawton,
Here.
Mrs. Shaetta,
Here.
Mr. Truncone.
Here.
All right. It's like riding a bike, guys. We're back on this puppy. All right, so the first item is the agenda approval. I need a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 So moved. Thank you. Minutes of the past meetings. We have 2 of them, I believe. Is that correct, Stacy? Yes, 2 of them.
Correct.
So the first one is the minutes from the July 2nd, 2020 special town council meeting. I would like to have a motion to approve the minutes from the July 2nd, 2020 special town council meeting as presented.
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Fantastic. The final one. Minutes of the July 9th, 2020 council meeting. A motion to approve the minutes from the July 9th, 2020 council meeting as presented.
So moved. Second.
All right,
The
we have a
race.
motion. We have an approval. We have a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm going through my, so we have, let's see here. We have one scheduled appointment, an exciting one. Every year, the library comes to us and we have our very own Joni here. And I believe, Paul, you're going to have to unmute her. One Maryland, One Book presentation by Joni Kilmont, Calvert County Public Library. I actually have, she got my copy to me. So Joni, welcome.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Mayor Benson, council, and members of the community, it is my pleasure to come to you tonight and to tell you about this year's One Maryland, One Book. And as Mike showed you, it's entitled The Island of Sea Women by Lisa C. This is the 13th year this program has been sponsored by the Maryland Humanities Council as well as other major corporations. I think we all know one of the joys of reading is sharing the experience with others, and that's just what this program is about, encouraging Marylanders to read the same book around the same time and then get together to discuss it. And of course, we're all getting together these days by Zoom, and it works. So we're so happy that we hold virtual book discussions ever since all of this mess started, each branch, and we'll be doing it with this book as well. We also have scheduled a special interview with the author, Lisa C. That will take place on October 6th and will be a Zoom broadcast that you would need to register for. Twin Beaches will hold our discussion on October 13th. So what is the story about? The theme this year is friendship. Young Suk and Mija are divers who live on an island off the coast of Korea. Their story spans 50 years as they dive for abalone and octopus and other delicacies under the sea. It's a pretty deadly catch sometimes. But this island is a very special matriarchal community of strong, determined women, and their strength and determination is also revealed in their friendship from the 30s to the 80s. You learn a lot about those tumultuous years in Korea as each woman tries to hold her family together while maintaining island tradition. It's actually quite fascinating. If anyone would like a copy of the book or to download it, I encourage you to call us or ask Mike to borrow his copy. Anyway, we can walk you through it. And by the way, you can now walk right into Twin Beaches Library. We have very happily reopened with limited services and hours and limited number of customers in the room. And we're thrilled about it. And we take the utmost care in sanitizing all surfaces. In the vein of the current One Maryland, One Book, I'm just going to tell you it is going swimmingly. Does anybody have any questions or comments?
Nice presentation, Joni.
Oh, thank you. Well, we have a lot of fun doing this and talking about it. So I hope to see you all at the library soon. Thanks so much, Mike.
Hey, Joni, make sure you get, when you have that online, get that over to Dawn.
Oh,
So
yes.
we can market that also, because I'm sure a lot of people would be interested in attending that event.
Oh, we love how you include us in your calendar. So yes, thanks for the reminder. And good to see all the faces and names I recognize. And have a good evening.
Thank you so much.
Too.
You too.
Okay.
Me too.
Yeah.
Always wonderful having her. All right, so let's move right into our reports. And the first one is public safety report. We do have, there he is, Sergeant Phelps on the call. I don't believe, did the report get sent out, Stacy?
It did. It's on board docs.
Okay, it's on board docs, so please take a look at that. But having said that, we have Sergeant Phelps on. Does anybody have any questions about the town when it comes to what the sheriff is doing and so forth? Sergeant Phelps, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm good.
Well, good.
I've got a question. Mayor, are you going to let him present it, or you want us just to ask questions?
Just ask questions. 'Cause yeah.
And excuse my ignorance here, but what is subutex?
What is what?
It says violation subutext close by arrest.
Oh, that's a type of it's Suboxone. Is it not did I mistype that? Suboxone?
It says SUBUTEX.
Yeah, it should be Suboxone.
Okay.
It's a type of, it's a something that's supposed to wean you off of heroin, but everyone abuses it.
And we had this, and there was a fatal, speaking of that, fatal heroin overdose. Am I mistaken? Wasn't there
2.
one reported last time? Or is this part of that same, you had mentioned one, Mike, is that part of that, or is this an additional?
We've had 2 new ones. We had one on 4th Street, and we had one on Dayton.
Was that, were they in July or August?
I thought it was August.
Okay, I had the one in August that I had a record of in the computer. I'll research that to see if there is another one.
Yeah, I thought there was one. Thought there was 2 within a week of each other, but that's okay. It might have been late July, and then the next one, the beginning of August.
Right.
I might be off, but I know we had 2 new ones, or 2, sadly 2 more. One came up here. One was very well known from a lot of people, a gentleman, and then there was a female. The female was on 4th Street, and the gentleman was on Dayton Avenue. So it's not getting better. We're seeing more stuff going on. I mean,
We hadn't had any in the town limits until then.
right.
Not even an overdose. And the town limits all year until this one here in August.
Yep. Any
But
questions
listen,
for Sergeant Phelps? All right. Well, I appreciate it, Sergeant Phelps. I hope you're doing well and keep doing what you're doing. We had a pleasure of meeting with the lieutenant today. Stacy and I did, and had a great conversation. So keep doing what you're doing.
Yes, I'm sorry I missed that.
You're fine. We'll catch up over food.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. The next is our treasurer, and Joe's on here. There she is.
Hello. How is everyone? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Beautiful, beautiful. You have 2 reports. You have June and you have July this month. And I'm just going to go over the July one. You can peruse the June one at your leisure. The beginning balance in the general fund was $1,426,000. There were total debits of $34,000 and total credits of $280,000 for ending balance for July 31 of $1,180,000. We still have $2,890,000 in the general fund reserve, and we have $89,809 in the sewer capital reserve, and then $43,737 in the water capital. Combined cash available to the town of North Beach at the end of July is $4,205,000. If you'll note on the July treasurer's report, there's only one cash receipt that went over the $7,500 threshold, and that was your gaming revenue for the 4th quarter of FY20. I've never ever seen it that low. I should be getting the 1st quarter of FY21 in October. So based on what I see there, it'll be how ferocious we have to be on our budget when we do our budget adjustments. And we plan to do those, I believe it's going to be in December or January, one of the 2.
We talked about that. Yep.
Yeah, I'm just preparing you for the conversation because
Well, thank you.
a little taken back by that number this time. Even
Do you know
though,
what the normal average number is, Joanne?
yes, it's all over $100,000.
Oh, wow. Okay. So
For
that's
that same time, for that
Huge
same
difference.
period.
Yes. Yes, it's over 100 grand.
I don't know
Stacey,
what that noise is.
I can't hear, yeah.
It's my computer.
Paul,
All right.
and Paul,
We're getting a new one tomorrow. Paul, get
I
her a
thought
new
we
one
fixed
tomorrow.
that.
Yeah.
Go ahead and mute her for now, Paul.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, normally it's around $100,000 for the 4th quarter. And I'm a little concerned. I know we have a reserve, but I've never been through a pandemic, and I don't know anybody who has. And it's a little discerning when you look at some of the revenues that you're anticipating between that and the beach being closed. But we still have to be closed, but we still need staff because the beach has to be closed. So it's a lot. The town's taking on a lot right now. So I have my concerns.
All right. Does anybody have any questions for Joe?
Joanne, for next month, could you get us the FY20 total gaming revenue number versus what we projected, just so we could see how much it dropped?
Where you landed? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will. I'll do that.
Any other questions? All right. Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome. Have a great night.
Let's go right into Public Works. DB's on here, I believe. He got kicked off a minute ago. Y'all see him?
I don't see him.
Where is he?
All right, no big deal. Let's move on. And if he gets back on, then we will bring him back to the party. So what I'm going to do is we haven't been together in a while. I'm going to just mention one thing. I think Dawn's on here. I believe the town engineer is not. Code is here, and Lisa's here. Just mention one thing because I don't want we have a very a lot of meeting to go through here after this meeting. So Dawn, can you open up Dawn?
Yes.
Oop. Hello.
All right, there you go.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good, good.
Good.
Let's see. What's my one thing? Oh, I have a couple pages in my report. One thing I'll mention, if we have any of our residents online, that we've got a new right-of-way guide that was published. It's on our website and available in the post office about clearing the right-of-way. So that, the alleyways and the sidewalks and things like that stay clear. If you don't clear your own, the Public Works Department may come by and clear it for you, and you might not want that to happen. So check your properties on that. Let's see. Another thing I'll mention real quick is I went to the senior center recently. Well, a couple weeks ago, they had on National Senior Citizens Day, they did a drive-by. All of the seniors that normally attend our senior center are really missing their people. So they had a drive-by and the seniors came through and they got goodie bags and all that. So of course I took over some North Beach swag for them. So they were excited about that. It was nice to see some of their faces. And that's all I have.
Well, thank you so much. You have any questions for Dawn? And her report has been submitted. So any residents on the call can see it. Also, any council member, you have it in board docs. So it's all there. Plus you have her direct line.
I have one question. It's really probably not the question for Dawn, but probably for Donnie. You want everybody to keep the alleyways clear and everything, but a lot of alleyways have a lot of potholes in them. If they could come through and fill those, that would make it much easier.
All right, I'll pass it on.
Mayor, I have one more thing that I just remembered. There's still funding for the Healthy Homes program, and it's not just limited to North Beach residents, it's Calvert County wide. So if anyone feels they have a need for updates in their home, any kind of energy related things, insulation, old heating units, things like that, they should go to our website and look for information on that. We've been sharing it quite a bit. There's still funding available, so they're looking for people that are in need. So if anybody knows of anybody or someone may need some upgrades in their home, it's a good program.
And
It's a great program.
I would like to say this. It is not a North Beach program. We are supporting it. We do not make the decisions. Somebody else makes the decisions. We don't make the rules. Somebody else makes the rules. We are just a host of the organism. So, and also all of Calvert County can apply. It is not for just North Beach residents. I got to get that out there because when people see that this Healthy Homes is North Beach, they assume it's not us. We're just a host of the program. Joanne's working on it. Veronica did it last year, but as you know, our grant writer's gone. But I just need to stress that if you know anybody, let them know. None of the council or staff at ARC make that decision. Just need to get it out there.
Mike,
Yes.
on Monday, the senior center is having another drive-by. It might behoove us to let them know, because that's one way I put it out last year, was through the senior center.
All right. We can reach out to them again.
I'll take some applications down there.
All right, cool. All right, well, I'll tell you what, DB's back on. So Paul, open up DB. All right, DB, I know you got a couple things you want to pass on. And also we have on a business item that you're going to update us. But right now, just tell us, there's a couple big projects going on in the town. Let's educate everybody what's going on.
Yeah, just a quick update on the Maryland 261 road raising project. I know y'all seen the guys working in town probably, but tonight is the night. Tonight's the night they're going to go around. They're going to uncover all the signs, and the detour will begin at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, road shutdown. So the detour for the road closing is going to start tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock. They're going to be out tonight. They've had the flashing boards up for 2 weeks now. So it will be closed 6 o'clock tomorrow morning for the duration of the project, which hopefully will be done. Hopefully that portion will be done in 20 weeks or so. What they're going to do first with that project is they have to relocate the force main that's coming from Anne Arundel County. So that'll be the first thing Monday morning. The company that's going to do the relocation work will show up on site. They'll set up on the Anne Arundel County side, and they're going to directional drill and move the sewer force main out of the way in order to install the new bridge section there. They have to go deeper. So the bridge, when they drive the pilings and off of the bridge, the sheeting to protect the the water from coming in where they're going to put the concrete bridge structure, that's going to be the first step. I'm sure there'll be a lot more going on besides that, but that's the first big thing that's going to be started. They've been out, they've been putting up some of the erosion protection stuff all week. They raised a couple of storm drain inlets. If you drive by Mexico heading north, you'll see a couple new inlets there. That is the new elevation of the new roadway. You can see those structures right there. I had a question today from a resident. We've been having rain after rain after rain, but they're required to put the fabric over the structures. It's a fabric that does drain, and they're required to put the three-quarter bluestone over to filter any grass, sediment, everything else out of the new storm drain boxes. So if you see those there, you see a pile of rocks in front of it, it will drain. It doesn't drain as fast as we need to with all the rain we've been getting sometimes, but they're required by their state permit to have that in place while the construction's going on. The next big project, we did finally got the storm drain pipe finished. The rain did have some effect with that. To date, I didn't get the totals from the last 2 days, but before that, we hauled out 185 tons of debris out of that big pipe under Fifth Street. Actually, we got pictures. I think the mayor has some pictures on there.
They're in board docs.
Yeah, they're in board docs. So when we took the pictures of that pipe, just imagine it's about 48 inches, almost 5 feet tall, 4.5 feet tall. But 2 feet of that was solid sludge in the bottom there. And the pictures show a pretty good example of what that was. As you got to the beach, it was almost 3 feet of solids and sludge blocking that pipe. So they worked for, approximately 7 days. Like I said, the rain messed them up. They had to pull off, had to come back, pull off, come back a couple times. But they finished up what they could get. And that project's completed now. Calvert County, Stacy has made up a bill to bill for half the cost. It was under budget. When the cleaning part was on budget. The hauling part, we estimated 500 tons, and we did that high for a reason. We're probably coming around 220 on the tonnage. So the project did come in under the approved awarded budget amount.
Good job.
Thank you for getting these pictures too, Donnie. It's sometimes it's hard to imagine,
Right.
some of the things that you're talking about without seeing it. So it's really helpful to see that.
Yeah, those pictures are really eye-opening because, like I say, it's hard to imagine that, but when you see that picture, you can see the water line, you can see the actual sludge debris line in that pipe and realize how much, was in there. It's kind of, there were some pretty good shots they took of that. So
When can you remind, when was the last time it was cleaned out like that, or has it?
as far as I know, it's never been cleaned out since it was installed. I know
So
it's
in
never
terms
been.
of, I don't know if you have the calculation, but in terms of how much better things are gonna flow. and
Hopefully that
drain
will
out of
definitely
that.
give us, yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but hopefully that'll give us more storage. That was 2 feet of silt laying in there that took up the space of 2 feet of water. And then towards the end, it definitely restricted the flow getting out to the pumps, by the beach there, because it was almost 3 feet when you got right at the boardwalk area there. It was almost totally blocked. You only had about 18 inches of open pipe there to get to the duckbill and to get out. So it should definitely help the flow, of the water to that duckbill there, if the tide cooperates. And I did meet with a couple contractors because the second part of that, we wanted to get the pipe clean first, but the mayor's also been wanting to look at the pump situation and maybe upgrading, the pumps out on the beach there. Now that we got that cleaned, took a good, some good shots of it, got some measurements, got some good data on the pipe itself. Now we can move on to the next step, maybe with, installing some pumps to also help that area out.
Donnie,
Yes, ma'am.
will the clean out be on a schedule then from now on?
That's up to that's up to our budget and up to council. I would recommend that we would keep it. I feel the cost could be, a lot cheaper if they came in every 5 years. We can kind of keep a, measurement of the silt building up. And also, I was talking to the mayor today. I think if we reinstall a pump at the end out on the beach there, that will help pull that silt all the way through the line and, maybe get some out. It won't build up as much. But I think it should be put on a, 5-year, definitely do a good check every 5 years. I don't know if it's necessary to clean it in 5 years, but every year check it and then have like a 5-year plan to maybe clean it, because it'd probably be half the cost, a lot less time, a lot less trouble. It'd just be a lot cheaper to keep it clean that way.
I noticed in your report, you said something about pit issues.
Yeah, we had a couple residents had to meet with Legit, who represents the town insurance, and we had a couple claims of persons stepping on water meter pits and falling in and twisting their ankle or hurting their leg.
Okay.
They did get an attorney. They contacted our insurance company, like I said, so I met with our attorney with the insurance company. We had photos. The pit was on top of the pit. One of them was down by the boardwalk there. The pit was covered, but the person who stepped on it said when she did, the top broke and she fell in the pit. We didn't know about that incident until it happened and it was reported. We went right out and but what that did, we went through town this week and we just checking. When we did the meter replacement project back last year about this time, we checked all the meter lids in, we came up with a list, we fixed several meter pits then, but we're just going through again and kind of going to make that at least at a minimum, a yearly check of the meter tops, pits. Go through, look at them all, make sure they're on right. Ones that aren't or got damaged by, lawnmowers or cutting grass or whatever have you, make sure that we repair all them so we can, because we had like 2 or 3 right in a row here. So it seemed, I don't know, coincidence or whatever. So I thought we'd better be proactive and make sure the mayor's looking into maybe even getting iPads so we can take pictures, keep better data. And then if we do have a case that comes up in court, we did all we did to try to prevent that type of incident.
Yeah.
I would like to add one
We
thing.
have it all documented.
The new app that we sent out, that we're doing a soft release to the public, that you guys received, the council has received, the staff has received, is a perfect opportunity to use that. If you're out walking, if you're out walking around and you see something like that, it takes seconds to use that app. It really is that simple. The best way to learn to use the app is use the app. You don't need to watch a video. You don't need Paul to call you. It is that simple. It really is that easy. So if you see a water meter lid broken, you're walking on the sidewalk, boom, 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 you send it right to Department of Public Works. You have a video. We have documentation at that second that there's an issue.
That's really important for us too, because like I said, we go through town, we check it, but one case, a vehicle started parking in the yard. It wasn't really a driveway there, but just pulling up in the grass, parking in the yard. And it looked like the vehicle had actually, ran over the meter top and maybe flipped it off and a person stepped in that. But like, we would never know that unless we had someone report an incident like that. Cause we could go by, read the meter, check and everything be fine. But if someone parks their vehicle there and, hits it every night, that could come off at any time and someone could step in it. So that app is really important on things like that for us to even know of the situation.
That's good. Do you have any, well, I'll tell you what, that's three big, there's a lot of activity going around town. Look out, you'll see the public works out there. So things have not slowed down because of COVID.
We've been pretty much on staff. That and the rain has really been record setting for August. Usually that's our dry season, get a chance, get a little break. We're praying for rain. The grass is drying up. This year, I think it was the fourth most rainfall. We had about 13.5 inches at least of rain just in the month of August alone. So that's been challenging to say the least. We've had a couple cases a couple weekends ago on Saturday. We had 3 downpours, I think, in one day, which caused some flooding in the usual areas. Me and Dawn are working on a nuisance flood plan that we have to submit to the state by October. We're coming up with a draft and we'll have that ready in a week to submit. And what that is, it's a plan just showing your areas. But we're going to make it short and sweet because we're also still waiting, as y'all have heard me talk about before, with the grant that we're getting from DNR that was supposed to be, we were supposed to receive a draft copy July 1. We haven't yet received that draft. We were hoping to get that and get it in place and get the Environmental Finance Committee down there doing some work so we could submit that nuisance flood plan with the help of that grant. But it hadn't started yet. I heard the draft is almost ready. I'm hoping we get that any day now. Like I said, we were given a date of July 1. We were given a date of July 31st. Then we were given mid-August, and we still haven't received the draft scope of work yet.
Well, as soon as we do, we'll let you know. Y'all have anything else for DB?
I have a question, but I'll wait till we get to the update on the storm drain cleanout later on.
Well, he actually just did it. He skipped over that. So
I didn't look at the business.
You're good, DB. Go ahead, Mickey.
How far did we do the clean? Did we go under the park or did we sort of stop there at 5th and Chesapeake?
We stopped at the grate right there in front of Titan's garage. That was like 650 feet. And with the rain, it also messed up again this week. We got as far as we could and then we knew the rain was coming. So they pulled off. They've came and set up 3 different times with all their equipment and haven't charged any extra for mobilization. They've actually mobilized 3 times and came back. So I didn't think it was fair. And then we got as far as we could before it started raining the other day and water started. They had a picture actually of water coming in, but we did get the contract amount,
Right, thank you. Let's be clear on that. It did.
Yeah, we did get the contracted amount of 600.
Please be very clear on that. We didn't stop because of the rain. We stopped where the contract ended. There's a grate in front of Triton's
garage.
That's massive underground. You know about it, Mickey. And we got there, and that was pretty filled up with debris. So I think we got a good hit on it. It wouldn't hurt one day if we can go a little further, but now that's what the contract paid for.
That was one of the additives was if we wanted to go further. That's why I was wondering if we went further or if we were looking at going in and if they took a measurement on how much silt was still left in the rest of the section coming into that pit.
Where does it go into the pit? Right there on
it's a big 15 by 20 kind of like junction box right there at the intersection of 5th and Chesapeake. And from there, it goes back to Triton's garage where it's a big grate you can see right by the driveway there. And that's where it turns and starts shooting onto the Boys and Girls Club.
Right. Where does it end at?
It ends at 4th Street, 4th and Dayton.
Okay. So we probably have
front. Yeah, the grates, if you're looking at the flower bed, it's kind of in the front of the Boys and Girls Club. It's a big grate storm drain box right there. And that's where it goes down to a normal, like 36-inch size pipe.
Okay.
It's a junction box there, but that's where it actually, like the start of the big, large pipe is.
Mickey, that's a great question. I'll get with DB. Maybe we can get David back up here just to shoot that little area and see how bad that area. It was getting better as it went back because it was all flushing down, but that's a great point to double check that.
Well, yeah, it probably has some. We'll just see how much it is. And if that's one of the things where maybe later we can do another cleaning, like if we bring them back in a few years, have them hit that as well.
Yeah, that's what we were kind of thinking. That'd be phase 2 because it was more like 12 inches once you got back in that area. It wasn't nowhere near as, wasn't as bad as the beach. We got the main stuff to get it flowing down to the beach, and we got the contracted amount. So
All right.
just the weather was really played
All right.
a big part in.
Y'all have any questions for DB? All right. Rick's on here, but Rick's going to be, I mean, did Rick's report get on there tonight?
No.
It did? Okay, so his report is there. He's really going to, one of his biggest areas that he's going to be involved in tonight is the executive session. So his report's there. If you have any questions for him, reach out to him. Unless you have questions for him right now, not concerning executive session, but anything else, I can bring them live. If not, we'll get them after this. All right. Lisa, what would you like to, go ahead and unmute Lisa, Paul. And Lisa, what's the one thing you'd like to pass on to everybody?
Hello, everybody. The mayor and I have been doing a series of YouTube videos. The links can be found on the community conservation page on North Beach's website and also on YouTube under North Beach. It's been a lot of fun. I hope you'll check them out. Different topics every couple of weeks. And I appreciate the mayor with his great skills filming me.
Yeah, definitely check him out. We're having fun with it. There's a lot of great information for our residents and so forth. So.
And I have one other teeny little thing. Well, to me, it's exciting. Joanne has applied for a Parks and Recreation grant from the state. And if approved, then we would have funding for a new nature education facility at Wetlands Overlook Park in 2022. So it's a ways away, but hey, I appreciate that.
We're moving in the right direction, Lisa.
That's excellent.
All right. Well, any questions for Lisa? And again, I'm cutting everybody short only because the reports are there. If you have questions, please reach out to them. But you have any questions for Lisa tonight? I mean, she's out there she did a great presentation on North Beach Home and Garden Club the other night.
Yes.
I think we're going to do a pollinator garden area, my little corner there where all the poison ivy is. We're going to get rid of that. And then the other thing is Lisa and
Do I have to do that part? Do I have to do the
No, you just got to educate me. And then the other part is bat houses. We're going to put some bat houses. And again, I'm paying for it. The town's not paying for any of this. Some bat houses around my house to help with the mosquitoes. So she's doing a lot. Get onto Facebook, get on her website. You'll see everything Lisa's doing.
Thank you.
Love it.
All right. Bayside History Museum report is attached. Even though COVID has hit, they got a small grant. Their staff, I don't know if the next time you get a chance to call Gracie, call her. The amount of stuff, history that they have scanned in is astronomical. I can't even comprehend how much information they have scanned in between the Twin Beaches. So next time you get a chance, call Gracie.
Mayor, I
Yes.
saw her the other day and she said with COVID and people staying home, the museum, people call her and she is getting all kinds of information. People are bringing it to her at the museum and dropping it off.
It's crazy. She stopped by my house the other day. She followed me, and what they're doing, I can't wait till it opens back up. I just can't wait. I still say we have one of the best museums in the whole state. I don't care what anybody says. I'm telling you, it's absolutely amazing.
And in the beginning, we had a hard time getting people to release information. I sat on that board in the very beginning of that museum. And we just kind of pulled teeth with people to get them to release it.
The days are over. Information's coming. So, all right, let's move into public comment. Paul is very instrumental in this part. The town of North Beach welcomes public comment. Please state your name and your address and limit your comments to 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. You can either send it in to Paul on the chat or he can free you open, I believe.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, looks like we have Lee Osbury from the census here. Let me
Oh, yeah. Where's Lee?
unmute. There we go.
Outstanding.
There he is.
Thank you.
Oh, there he is.
How you doing, Mayor Benton, council members, all of North Beach? So I know y'all have a packed agenda, so I'll be brief. Before I get into the numbers, I just want to say thank you all for the continued support. For a census, the census is ending on the 30th. We are well aware in following the court order, the temporary restraining order, but we're going to have a hearing next Thursday. So hopefully we'll get a final answer about if it's going to be extended, if it's going to remain the same, but we're operating just like, hey, it's ending on the 30th. So we're encouraging people to complete the census today. Getting into the numbers, If you guys didn't know, North Beach has well surpassed their 2010 self-response rate. As of today, they're at 60. You guys are at 66.7%, which the 2010 self-response rate was 64.4%. So good job on everyone. And again, even in the COVID environment and stuff, North Beach is rocking it out. Calvert County as a whole, 74.2%. Maryland, 69.8%. And we have been in the top 10 for like the last 6 weeks as far as rankings amongst the states. So good job there. Overall, the state of Maryland has a total response rate that's including the non-response follow-up of 91.9%. And the other big news that I wanted to pass on is on the 22nd through the 24th of September, that's when we're going to be doing our count of the homeless populations. So of course, we're working with the sheriff office, but we want everyone to be aware on the 24th, that is the one night that census workers will be out overnight counting the homeless. And like I said, I just want to thank you all for the continued support. The census, while it's winding down, is not over. We have different events that are ongoing where we enumerate people at the events as part of our MQAs. And I can tell you, every single time we go out, sometimes it's 1, sometimes it's 8, sometimes it's 10 people. It just depends. But that just means there's folks that still have time that haven't been enumerated. So we want to encourage that self-response. And if they don't do the self-response, answer the door, send it in. We just want to make sure people are counted. So again, thank you all, and I'm open for any questions you may have.
Lee, real quick. I mean, I hate to bring this up, but Larry's on the call here. It appears to me I'm buying Mayor Mahoney tacos. I know you don't want to bring it up right now because
I intentionally avoided that with Mayor.
But you know what? Chesapeake Beach what can we say? You know, but so what is their response rate?
Chesapeake Beach, as of today, they're at 75.1%. Yeah, so sorry. Yeah, I didn't want to bring that up. I know y'all had that.
Larry's on a call, so he's running for re-election, so I give him a little bump there.
Roger.
Right, well, I mean, I like tacos, you know. I like tacos, you know. What the heck? Mexico is going to have my business here soon. I can see it.
Yes, but again, thank you all for all the support and getting people to respond. Has been
thank you
outstanding.
so much for your hard work and your staff too. They're absolutely amazing.
All right, thank you, Mayor.
For Lee, real quick.
No, but thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, Paul. We have anybody else?
Thank you.
The only other comment is from Larry, and it says, "Go Chesapeake Beach."
Oh, whatever.
That's all we got.
You can void him out right now. Hey, listen, we were 10% behind forever, haven't we, State? And I mean, we gained a little ground on them. I'm going door to door tonight. I don't think that's legal, but I'm doing it anyway. All right. All right. I'm gonna
Wait, we have a few more days.
Who's talking?
Is that Gwen?
Yeah.
You need better internet.
What can I say?
All right, there you go. We couldn't hear you.
That's okay. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Let's move on. We're skipping business items. I apologize. DB explained it all up earlier. The pictures, I mean, he'll tell you, man, I've been on him and he's been on Dave. We've been together. I wanted photos. I really think it's going to help some. We cannot tell you how much is going to help, but it works just like my glass I drink out of. The less ice I put in, the more drink I get. So it's got to work the same way. That's all the engineering I know. So that's it. I'm excited about that. So let's move on to ordinance resolution. Resolution 20-5, community legacy application for a streetscape project. I'd like to unmute Joe, and Joe can tell you what that is.
Yes, this round of community legacy, it hasn't been officially opened yet, but according to the heads, it's supposed to be released soon, any day now. So this is a preemptive action on the town's part to prepare an application for a streetscape project. And I'll get with Donnie and we'll review the streets that are in the worst situation, and those will become part of our application. And I really think we need to incorporate some of the stormwater things that we have spoken about in the past, such as the asphalt curb and those type of things as an experiment to move forward. I know we haven't finished our study for the stormwater, but it's an opportunity. So that's what I'd like to do, is prepare that application as soon as the round open. But again, it's not official yet, but we're prepared when it does.
Any questions? And again, as we get closer to it, you'll know more as Joe knows more. And I'm excited that Joe's working on grants. I know she's swamped right now, but she could do some grants. So let me tell you that now. So really what we have on the table, resolution on the table, is resolution 20-05. A grant. I need a motion to pass resolution 20-5 as presented.
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Everybody waved. Perfect. So moved. Let's
Thank you.
thank you so much, Joe, for your hard work, and thank you, everybody. Let's move right into council reports. I'm going to start on my screen what I see. I'd like to start with Mickey first.
Good to see everybody back out after we had the month break, and I'm happy that we're going to be doing a community cleanup in the fall, and I just had it on September 26th and 27th in the commuter lot from 8 to 4. You just have to remember to wear a mask, and you'll unload your own stuff and keep safe distance. That's it.
Yeah, we're excited about that. Now, if there's a senior citizen that comes over or somebody who needs help, we're just going to be safe how we help them. We're not going to say, good luck over there. Don't fall in the dumpster. We will step up. But our goal is to keep our staff safe and also the individual that's dumping the stuff. So I am also excited, Mickey. Elizabeth.
She's muted.
Yep. No. Paul's taking care of it.
I'm on mute now. Good evening, everybody. And echoing what Mickey had to say, I'm excited that it's fall, one of my favorite seasons of the year, if not the favorite season of the year. I'm happy to see all you here tonight. Not much to report. Most of my activities are pretty much on hold because of COVID. We're not able to push forward with the health committee yet or any of those types of things. So just waiting to see what happens next. And again, glad to see everybody here and have a good evening.
Thank you. Thank you. Jane.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming and showing up. We have a lot of people that show up when we do Zoom. I'm happy to report that we have a new member of the tree committee, so that gives us 3. He will have to be sworn in by the mayor sometime, however we can figure that out. And so that will be a great thing. And thank you, Lisa, for all your work that you've been doing to help this town out and to help us all out.
Thank you, Jane. Great meeting our day. Paul.
I yield my time, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you so much. Gwen.
I just want to say it's great to see all of you, to see everyone be back together and see the names. Can't see everybody who's in attendance, but I hope everyone's keeping safe and healthy, and I'll keep it short and sweet since I know we've got an executive session.
Fantastic.
That's it.
Greg, lower left.
He's muted.
Yep.
Hello, everyone. It's good to see everyone again, and thank all those that are residents that are attending tonight as well. Just want to remind everyone that we are still COVID-19. Please don't get lax. Things are still happening, so please stay safe. I'm not in town. I'm actually in Florence, South Carolina, heading to Florida. So I'll be trying to stay safe in the hot zone. That's it. Thank you.
I know you will. We've talked about that. All right. So I'm just going to pass on 2 things. One is make sure you look at our calendar. There's a lot of Zoom meetings coming up. So there's a lot of them, Planning Commission, Stormwater. It's all on our calendar. So please check it out. Make sure you sign up if you haven't to northbeachmd.org. But I have the pleasure of recognizing 2 of our staff members. Rick Crump, who started with us on March 1st, 2020. I know it is September, but with COVID, we didn't have the live meetings and so forth. He has now been with us for 5 years. So, you know, sometimes I feel like Rick's been here forever when him and I talk, because he has immersed himself into his job, and I cannot thank him enough for what he does. We talk on a daily, regular basis. He keeps me informed what's going on. That app was Rick. So use it and realize that hundreds of hours Rick put into it. So I want to thank him for his service and look forward to being him for many years. He's on the call right now. Rick.
Thank you, sir.
There he is. You'll all be with him all night tonight. So thank you so much, Rick, for your 5 years.
Thank you.
And the next person is out of DPW, works directly with DB, Mark Daugherty, August 17th, 2020. 5 years. I remember when we on the council, or not we, the mayor hired him, but I remember the day he was hired. So Mark is out there. I'm not sure if he's on the call, but if
I
he
don't
is,
see him.
all right, no problem. We did put in place last year an employee recognition plan. And if you ever like to see it, you just reach out to us. Stacy can get it to you. It's just a way to thank, you know, sometimes our staff truly does a job that makes it look like it's effortless, but there's a lot of moving parts to run a town, especially one that brings anywhere from 100 to 125,000 people to our town, and to keep them safe and to put up with me, truthfully. They have done an amazing job, and they will continue, because every single one's dedicated to this town. Rick and Mark just went over to 5 year, and I look forward to both of them being around for another 50 years. Well, just kidding, whatever that might be. But I just want to do that. And that's it for what I'm going to report on. Now I'm going to make a motion to adjourn the meeting to enter into a closed session. The mayor and town council would conduct a closed session under the Maryland Open Meetings Act, section 33-305B. This exception allows a public body to close a meeting to consider a matter that concurs the proposal for a business or industrial organization to locate, expand, or remain in the state. The Compliance Board has noted that the General Assembly added the exception on the basis of it understanding that some businesses might be deterred from making proposals about relocation, expansion, or retention of an existing facility if all such discussions were open to the public. So I would like to have a motion to adjourn to go into closed session.
So moved.
So moved. Second. Any discussion? All in favor, raise your hand.
Aye.
And aye. Fantastic. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for attending, everybody. Paul, do your job. So let Paul clean up everything. And John's on here. I saw him.
Yeah.
And
Yes. I'm going to unmute him.
saw Alyssa is on here.